Luca. Bueno. Pinyu. Bueno. Pinyu. Bueno. Pinyu.
So people are already saying that Sakura is a better MC than Takemichi from Tokyo Revengers. Wait, actually I'm wrong. People think that Windbreaker as a whole is better than Tokyo Revengers, and half the reason is because of these two main characters. And I actually agree, so before you start roasting me in the comments, at least let me say my piece. So why don't I start with Takemichi? Now listen, he is a great character with phenomenal moments like when he stood his ground against the behemoth known as Taiju. And despite getting his butt whooped by this man every second, he still gets up and does not stop until he gets this man Taiju on his knees. A very signature moment for his character. And another signature moment was when he actually decided to fight another gang leader, Izuna, and after managing to tank a few hits from him, he still stood his ground, pumping his fist up claiming he didn't lose. Like I understand since he is the MC, so him fighting against other gang leaders should be normal, Takemichi himself knows how weak he is, so the fact that he still goes out of his way to fight these monsters anyways is a great show of his determination and conviction to become the hero they always wanted to be. And that's all about the glazing I got for him, so I'll start roasting him now. So other people, like myself, don't like Takemichi are generally talking about the very same issues, and it is that he is very bad at fighting, which some fans do not like. In fact, it's just downright frustrating. But Sakura is different. He is a naturally talented fighter that everyone around him all agrees that he is that guy, and that he is someone that you must take seriously. I mean, it was expected that Sakura would win against Togame, but it was clear to everyone there that he lost on purpose. And it was there that we get to see despite how strong he is, he still has room to grow physically just as much as mentally. But I'll get to that later in the video, so back to Takemichi. Now, I'm not saying he is straight trash, but if we're being honest, most of the important cast in this series has a pretty good shot at being Takemichi. But here is the very important part. So I'm going to borrow a quote straight from the words of the captain of the Fire Lion Kings, Fugoleon. There isn't any shame in being weak. The shame is in staying weak. This man was cooking with this line right here, and he couldn't be more right. During the early stages of Tokyo Revengers, Takemichi being as weak as he was never the issue. It was the fact that he couldn't do something like train himself to become stronger that started annoying some people, because if he did, he would not be stuck in certain situations where he's forced to rely on other people to bail him out, which is the literal formula of how the series arcs works. Actually, never mind, it's more of a cycle. Number 1, Takemichi heads into the future to check if it's the future he wants where everyone is saved. Number 2, issues arise in said future where he's forced to return to the past to fix the problem. Number 3, he has to fight the main villain of the arc, typically the gang leader, to resolve all issues, only for Maki to come in and save his hide. And lastly, number 4, he fixes the problem of the past and then resolves the aftermath of the important events, and then it all loops back forward. This is the cycle that was consistent for most of the series. Because of this, not only do we get a beaten up Takemichi in every fight, but I felt that there was missed opportunities that could have helped his growth in different areas if it decided to veer off from this cycle, as not every cycle or formula are good ones. This left most people feeling like he is a pathetic main character that is super frustrating to watch in many scenarios. What makes Sakura different is that straight from the start, you could tell the trauma that he went through is deep. It's not just hands-on-hands fighting, but him being a part of Bofrin is now going to be the one thing that he truly needs to heal from his past. People who root for Takemichi are doing it in hopes that he can save the damsel in distress, but by cheering for Sakura, you are hoping he gets to finally express himself freely and open his heart to people who he doesn't know he is friends with yet. Also, I believe for most people, they would want to enjoy watching the MC of any series becoming the best at whatever they want to accomplish in life than most other goals. And the reason why I personally put him above Takemichi is not only because of the fighting, although I would be lying if I said that was not one of the reasons. It is because he is proving himself to be someone willing to change and grow and become someone that others need to lean on when they are in need of help, which Takemichi was unable to do in many occasions. Also, I just like Sakura's interaction with his own group compared to Takemichi's. It's way more enjoyable and fun to see an antisocial person like Sakura interacting with so many people, like to throwing out a complete shut-in introvert into the real world, and I kind of understand that. I love Takemichi and his crybaby self, but there comes a time when things should be handled personally head to head instead of constantly relying on others for most of it, and that's kind of why I wish for there to be a more direct confrontation between Takemichi and Kisaki, but that's just me personally. But after his death, it just became a bit tiresome. I unfortunately can't can't go further than that though, because then I would be hitting manga spoiler territory. And while it did feel like someone like Takemichi was just thrown into the position of leadership many times when it benefited the story, I'm glad to see someone like Sakura slowly climbing that corporate ladder into becoming the next head of Bofurin. I finished the anime, but I have yet to catch up with the manga, so when I do so, maybe my thoughts would change. But considering that Tokyo Revengers have already ended, I don't see that happening. Of course, you could change my mind depending on what you argue in the comments below this video, so please tell me your thoughts, and while you're at it, subscribe and have a wonderful day. Peace.